All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Fully understand here.
Annoyed here.
What else is new? And we are checking out some Big Narstie. And we were just talking beforehand. She's like, I don't understand a word he says. Is it hard for you to understand Big Narstie here? There's some words of his I don't understand, but I think it's like mixed with like some slang and like kind of like the way that, I don't know if he hasn't fully opened his mouth or this, or I have no idea. Is it hard, even if you're from England, for you to understand, or is it no problem at all?
I just think are just the way some people talk that it's hard to understand. But Nick doesn't understand why I don't understand him. And I don't know, I just don't.
It's not that I don't understand. That wasn't the conversation. So, we're going to check this one out. It's got our friend Stephen Fry, a really good friend of ours that we've never met. We've only reacted to many, many times. And what was he doing at Buckingham Palace? I mean, honestly, dude, what are you doing there? You're not the king. You're not the queen. You're not one of the 50 million princes of lineage and whatnot.
Take some cold water and cool you off, dude.
I want to know what he's doing there. I mean, if he's filming a Mission Impossible movie, then fine. I understand that.
Maybe he's just a tourist and he's just looking. Maybe he was invited to come see it.
Okay, and we're going to do a whole interview about how I visited Buckingham Palace.
If you
and
like
get this,
video.
I took the tour. Thanks for being on our show.
If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so you'll be aware of our next upload a video.
Couldn't have said it better myself. But I also wasn't given a chance. So, here, oh gosh, we go.
Yeah? That you got a potty mouth like me.
Yes, I like swearing. I think swearing is very important.
Sometimes you got to load up the swear words, though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Because there's some words I don't use, but when I'm really angry, you ever load up a word? Like pussy, you know when you get the... you know when you get the lips like that, you're like, you pussy, bro. Like, the best time is because always in frustration, isn't it? Yeah. That's the best time. You know, back in the day, you had a 90s car, because now you got cars here, you dickhead. It's not the same. But 90s car, you're like... Pussy all! You know what I mean? You gotta load up the words, man.
Right.
Yeah?
Absolutely right.
You ever said that word before?
Never.
But there are some
Never.
Some words are used in popular everyday speech without people knowing that they're actually swear words.
Okay.
And an example would be poppycock.
Poppycock, you know?
Oh, that is mad middle class, sir.
It's not.
Oh, shut up, you poppycock!
Right. It actually means something. It means
what does it
from
mean?
a Dutch.
It means like rubbish.
Cuck. It means soft shit.
Whoa.
Papa-cuck. And we turned it into poppycock as if it's the lightest, as you say, most middle-class thing for nonsense. Oh, what poppycock? But actually it means
what do you mean I can't get my Waitrose points? What a poppycock! Poppycock!
Exactly.
Okay.
You're very nice makeup girls in the one of them had...
Stephen, you're a pre.
One of them had... I had to say to one of them that I could smell her panini across the room.
Yo!
It
Y'all smell what?
It was oozing with cheese. And
You know what he's talking about?
Your cheese
I just
like the
skimmed the
Gallon's
pasta.
crutches on TV.
Sandwich with this.
Hey, only my show. Only on my show. So hold on, you're trying to say she had the cheesy thing. Yeah? Raw. That's a bad
panini sandwich.
An Italian word for a flat sandwich can somehow, in the wrong context, sound indescribably rude. A very good Shakespearean one that has such good rhythm that it still sounds good.
Oh, God, I don't even know what to say.
Is to say to someone, you bastard son of a mongrel bitch. That's Shakespeare. Isn't that a good one? You bastard son of a mongrel bitch.
Yeah?
It just comes off the tongue.
There's only one thing I can beat that. My mum's one, because your face fear of a pussy and I tear up drawers.
All I heard was pussy.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know what he said, but it sounded mad.
I heard what he said.
I just want you to know, my mother is watching this show. Oh, dear.
I didn't even catch what he said, but you know what it's about when a man goes, yes, sir, yes, sir.
See?
I heard you also like to powder your nose and that.
Oh, dear, yes, I did have a terrible
This is it.
phase of...
Man's a Russ, yeah? I don't believe in any of that stuff. I was putting bunning cancers, yeah? But one thing I got to rate your thing. You was doing lines in Buckingham Palace. Yeah. Do you know how gas that is?
You know lines in Buckingham Palace?
I'm not. It's not something I'm proud of, and it was foolish on me. In one of
drugs
my
at Buckingham Palace?
autobiography,
Is that what they said?
I thought I wanted to explain what an addiction or a dependency like cocaine addiction is like, in as much as wherever you are, you just have to have it on you. And I'm
Queen
not
is
here,
watching this losing her
I'm not
shit,
here
boy.
to be.
How fucking dare you?
I know, absolutely. And she'd be right. But so would people whose bathrooms I did it in who were not the Queen.
Who else?
Well, everybody, everywhere I went.
Go on, drop another name, go on.
No, guys, Houses of Parliament.
Oh, shit!
Houses of Parliament!
I tell you, that was the weirdest one, because I was having lunch with a member
Man
of
is
Parliament.
gurning in the House of Parliament, not the levels of the chunk.
No, but it was worse than that, because usually, you see, usually you go into the men's lavatory, and there's a sit-down one, and you go in and you chop up on the seat or on the cistern or somewhere you can, or you take out a phone or whatever it is. But I was having lunch with this member of Parliament. I said, "Where's the men's room?" And he pointed me around the corner. I went in, and as I went in, I realised it was a urination place only. There were only stand-up stalls. There were no... So there was a little piece of porcelain just along with, the bits where you stand that are separated like that. So I started chopping up on this. And then 2 MPs came in. So I was putting my hand over it like that and just sort of pretending to pee. And they were chatting to me because they... "So what are you doing here?" I said, "Oh, just having lunch with whoever the..."
I bet you was fuming it. Fuck off, you hobby cock.
Yeah. Listen, but I regret it in as much as there were many years where I think, damn, I could have sort of worked harder instead of going to bed at 4 and lying there wide-eyed and drippy-nosed for 2 hours before I could get to sleep. But through my 20s and 30s, this bipolar disorder in my brain was getting worse and worse. Now, if for some reason you find yourself getting depressed for no reason and you haven't been diagnosed with a mental illness, the natural thing is to reach out to something that will numb any pain you feel. Of course, in the end, they just pile up the biggest K-hole, the biggest crash you could ever come to, and you have to face the fact that it's actually something inside you that needs to be addressed, something serious, and the drugs are getting in the way of it. But I do think, in the case of things like cannabis, it's absurd that it's criminalised. Absolutely, it's madness, absolute madness.
So is he saying that he actually did drugs, like he was a drug addict?
That's what he said.
Okay.
Cocaine.
Oh, wow.
He's doing lines of cocaine at Buckingham Palace. He said on the seat, on the cistern, in the bathroom. And he did it on a little wall, dividing it.
That's gross.
Between the urinals, like just like right there.
That is so gross. So I'm curious, what was his job? What was his job when he was doing drugs to be at Buckingham Palace?
Well, I think he's always been like in entertainment, but like on the academic side. Like he's always been like a really, really smart guy. I don't know.
Yeah. And obviously,
besides QI, I don't know what else but I've heard of him outside of reacting to QI. Maybe he's an author too. I'm not exactly sure.
Well, and obviously he struggles with bipolar disorder because he talked about it, his brain.
Yeah.
Being bipolar, and that's too bad. That is.
So he's an actor, broadcaster, comedian, director, narrator, and writer. Yeah, so like jack of all trades.
But I am curious, like, what was he doing in his early years that brought him to like the House of Parliament? I mean, because I don't see an actor job there
in England. Famous people all over the place going. Yeah, the freaking what's that? I forget her name now, but that stupid girl that said that stupid line about spitting on her or something like that. The Hawk Tour girl.
Oh my gosh, she's
getting invited to baseball games without first pitches and whatnot. Like, I know that's not the same as Parliament, but yeah, if you're famous, you're gonna get you know.
And it's too bad that he struggled with it. That's too bad. So, see, I don't know.
I'm shocked by that.
I don't know a lot about drugs at all. So when he said lines, like, I had no idea what he was talking about. I thought he meant, like, physically getting in a queue and, like, waiting to go visit the palace.
How dare he stand in line at Buckingham Palace?
Well, I would never have thought that, but I was just so confused. Wow. I was like, what? But yeah.
Yeah, that is
Crazy.
that is crazy. I mean, that to do it there in a royal place, and he always seems like a guy who's like very proper himself.
Yes.
But I get it. When you're addicted, you're addicted. But man, I'm surprised he admits to it.
Yes, and just openly talking about it, like that's cool for him, because that's got to be a challenge to. Because they say that cocaine is tough to stop doing. Like,
Yeah.
Tough.
I mean, all drugs are tough to stop. But absolutely cocaine. I had a chemistry teacher in college that said that, and I'm not sure if he had done it himself. He probably did, but he was trying to talk from a science standpoint. He's like, when you get high off cocaine for the first time, it is the greatest feeling of euphoria that you'll ever feel in your entire life. It's the greatest feeling ever that you get from that high. And so you're always chasing that with every subsequent time getting high. And it is impossible to ever reach that. It gets close, but not as good. And then each time, and so they think if I do more cocaine, it'll get me back to that spot, but it never does.
Oh, that sucks.
Your brain just won't allow it, but it's so addicted to it that it always thinks about it. And so that drug in particular, to so many others obviously, but that was what he was talking about, is just don't get addicted to it, because you're just, yes, you're going to have one great time, but then you're screwed.
See, and I won't go near that stuff because it's not that I get addictions easily, but I have no self-control. When I want a pop, I'm going to drink a pop. When I want candy and chocolate, I'm going to eat candy and chocolate. Like, I just don't hold myself back. And I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I felt like I needed to, because I don't abuse it. But I just, if there was something my body was, or my mind was always thinking about, I don't know if I could be like, no, I'm good. I'd be like, okay.
No, for sure. Let us know what you think about our reaction to this. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to come back and watch some more video reactions of ours. Thank you so much, and until next time.
Goodbye.